Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing something completely brand new on here today. I've decided that while I wait for the next Wuthering Waves update, which is why I've not dropped some content in a long while, I will be recording and playing through Shadow of the Erdtree. One live stream's up already. I'm going to clip some of that down later and turn it into shorts and stuff, so there'll be more content coming on some of the bosses and just some of the crazy stuff that's happened to me in the game already. But I just wanted to make this video to basically show you what I'll be running and how I plan on playing through most of the DLC. So for right now, I'm running 2 Rivers of Blood, just because blood loss is amazing. It always is. Dex bleed build is obviously one of the best builds in the game. Beats most bosses with ease. But then if I'm against a boss that doesn't have great blood affinity, I also have the Cold Nagakiba and the Handamalenia that I'm using on the side, if they have an ice weakness and stuff like that. So these 2 weapons are an amazing combination. I'm also using the Spinning Slash Ash of War on this. It hits like 4 times, it creates massive amount of frost build up, plus the bleed build up on top of it. It's a very good Ash of War for the weapon. And then for my helmet, I'm using the White Mask. You get this in the underground area where Moog is by killing the invasion enemies after doing the questline at the beginning of the game. Amazing helmet. What it does is a basic it makes it so that your bleed procs just do extra damage basically. So like when your bleed finally hits after you've built up the bleed damage, it just does a significant amount of extra damage on top of it. I'm using a new piece of gear that actually came out with the DLC. I'm going to test this against the Raptor's Blackfeather because they both do the same thing. But this one says strengthens jump attacks, whereas this one says it enhances jumping attacks. So I'm going to test which one's better for the damage, and I'll put that up later and stuff like that. But this is just good for the jump attacks, which you'll see in my talisman later. My hand and greaves, I have nothing that I could think to add into this build for this right now. If you guys can think of anything, let me know in the comments. Tell me if I can do anything to improve these. I'm running the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. This just makes it so that when your bleed proc does go off, your raw damage itself is massively increased for like 15 seconds, something like that. The Rotten Wing Sword Insignia is just amazing. I think in total it's like a 12% damage buffer raised depending on how many attacks you can get successfully. So this is just all around a great talisman for especially like a katana build and stuff when you're hitting multiple times. Then to help off with the Black Rose armor, I've got the Claw Talisman that just makes my jump attacks even stronger on top of all of it. And then I'm running the Warrior Jar Shard. The actual quest talisman for this is much better, but if you didn't want to run this and you wanted to run something else, you could do Radagon Saw Seal, which will just increase your base damage overall, but you will take more damage. You could also run Green Toe Talisman. Having extra stamina is always amazing, especially with how hard the game is right now during the DLC. There's also a bunch of new talismans that I've not really looked into yet, and some of them might be better, but I'd need to actually, you know, do my research on all that stuff before I putting it out there. It's like now we've got the Crusade Insignia, which is like against defending enemies, like when they put their shield up or they get a parry, stuff like that. This will just give you an extra attack damage bonus. And then same with the Blade of Mercy as well. This just makes it so that when you finally hit your critical hits, you're doing more damage after it. All these stuffs you can put in instead of it, but my favourite personal opinion is the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, so I would go for this. Or you can use the Hand of... I don't remember what it's called, but you can use the other one, alternate from this quest line that you get this one in. Both are good, both work with Dex Bleed builds. They're both phenomenal talismans, and hopefully with the way the DLC goes, we'll see some extra new stuff. It's like already, for example, I found this sword in one of the castles. Has a completely unique moveset. I'll quickly show you what it's like. And I would be intrigued to actually run it. Now you do all these twists, and it looks crazy. So already, like, the game is showing huge potential with like new attacks on weapons and stuff. So if people are interested in seeing me level up a weapon like this and actually test it out with some of the new moves, put that in the comments and I'll give that a go as well. But I just wanted to quickly go over what my build is for all the DLC for the most part. and be sure to keep looking out for more content my end, because I will be dropping a lot of Elden Ring stuff as the week continues. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.